morning, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Nexus Grain Market Updates. It is Tuesday morning, the 5th of May, 2026 at 10:02 a.m. and let's get to the markets. Presently, a bushel of corn is down 6 cents in Chicago. I am $4.40 across my terminals for a bushel of old crop corn. New crop corn right now is $4.59. That's also down a nickel. Soybeans down 7 3/4 pennies. I'm $11.35 across the various Nexus terminals. New crop soybeans are down 6.5 cents. Range price of $11.17 to $11.20 across the same terminal grain elevators here at Nexus. Those prices that I just quoted you are up about, corn is up about 18 cents in the past 2 weeks. I'm up about 31 cents in the past month for a bushel of corn. So obviously very strong markets in the past 30 days. Today we're getting a little pullback after yesterday's rally. Somewhat to be expected with the oil backing off today. That would be the crude oil, petroleum oil. Soybean market that I just showed everyone right now is up 28 cents in the past 2 weeks and up 54 cents in the past month. So again, considerable amount of interest in getting long the various grains commodities, corn, soybeans. In our case, wheat's been a very strong market. It's all been fueled primarily by petroleum. So I will tell you that when I'm doing the deep dive into, a little more deeper dive into corn market, particularly the cash markets are very strong. They are fueled by the demand from the end users. All end users right now for our corn are experiencing very favorable returns, be they in the feeding business, be they in the ethanol business. We have a very strong export market. Talk to you a little bit about our export inspections. I'm sure you've heard this number by now. 79.8. That exceeded the range of trade guesses by about 13 million bushels in a week. And I will tell you this, Nexus has participated in that. The terminal grain elevator on the UP has been shipping a considerable amount of corn. And that is here again to serve you, to serve the export market. Soybean number, export number, that has some work to do. 16.5, that's right at the low end of the trade range. Not a lot to really talk about soybeans. We have Trump and Xi meeting in a couple of weeks. We'll see what the fallout is of that. We're getting pretty late in the export season to really see much of a response from the market of anything that would come out of those talks. So I'm not really holding my breath there. We are probably still looking somewhere on the order of, my number is around 400 to 450 million bushel carryout. So again, not what I would characterize as an encumbrance. Let's talk about soybeans a minute. Soybean market is it is a market of domestic demand. That's the story right now with soybeans. We just received on the 1st of this month what I call the fats and oils report. That is a NAS report, and when I received that, comes in on the 5th. That's a public report, by the way. I'm able to tie in everything that occurred through the month of March in that business, and that's 7 months worth of activity. With that, what it is showing when I compare the NAS numbers, National Ag Statistics Service, to NOPA, National Oilseed Processors Association, in two different groups measuring the same thing, I'm coming up with about a 10% increase in domestic soybean consumption. If you want to believe what you read, you want to believe what you hear, that number is probably apt to increase as time goes forward. Time is measured in years, and again, in that business. It wouldn't surprise me one bit based on the margin structure and the political environment that we're in, that we're going to see actually more expansion take place. And curiously, it's probably apt to take place in areas that have previously been considered somewhat mature. So stay tuned for that. We are seeing a record, there are some records being set, and I'll talk about some of those records. Board crush, which again is, when you add up the value of the components of a bushel of beans, subtract out the cost of a bushel of beans, that's basically what board crush is. That's at a record level right now. That's somewhere trading, in the mid threes, $3 and some change. Another record that's being set, and this shouldn't be as a shock to anybody, but last night I just ran the numbers, 54.3% is what I call the oil share. That is a record number. It's never been that high in history, and that is the value, the component value of a of the oil that's contained in a bushel of soybeans. It's a very important relationship to understand. So, between the new production coming online and the hopefully export demand for our raw soybeans, certainly the export demand for soybean meal is pretty good. That number impressed me very well. Is on top of everything I've already telling you. I'm going to get into a little more of a deep dive with some of the private groups this week about that. The crop production report we're going to see next week on the 12th, Tuesday. I will tell you, that could go either way. These mid-season reports normally are about a rubber stamp from the month prior, but they can fool you. Once in a while, we will get maybe a surprise with perhaps acreage or perhaps yield. Any number of the components that funnel into our S&D report, we can see a mid-year report. Generally speaking, not, but it can happen. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. The last thing I really want to talk to the group about, and we are forging forward with this, don't be surprised if you hear from one of us inquiring about app or app usage, our Nexus app. Again, it is a online portal, a mechanism to transact business through, basically it's an e-commerce function. It's where we're at right now. The app is being very well accepted among the membership of Nexus Cooperative. It's being well accepted among the team members. We have a professional staff on hand right now, myself included with that, that is charged with the education and promotion and use of the app. So I do encourage all of you to get in, look at things. If it's nothing other than to check the grain markets once a day, we will be sending out special messages to the app users. Well worth your time getting in there and looking around and getting accustomed to use of the app. So appreciate that very much. You know, with that said, we are getting really wrapped up in the Nexus community with our crop plantings. We believe across the entire network of Nexus Grain Elevators and Nexus Agronomy Service Centers, we're probably somewhere in the area right now today, Tuesday morning, of at least 90% of our corn is planted. A lot of it's out of the ground. It really looks good. That changes everybody's attitudes when we see us getting off to a good spring. So, you know, the next thing we'll be looking for is maybe some more of those warm spring rains to pop things out of the ground. But right now, things are looking pretty good. Haven't really talked to anybody that has a lot negative to say about their corn or soybean experience. Maybe we have some time with those. But nonetheless, it's the 5th of May, so we have a lot of time to go, a lot of conversations about the crop that's in the ground. Be safe out there, everybody. We want to see you back. Again, I've said this before. Take your time. Don't rush through things, and be safe. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye now.